Combat Cast starts now.
All right, and welcome to a very special Combat Cast. Kind of slipping one in here.
Yeah.
I remember I did say that we were going to have a Derek and me fight for this one, but they're at Gamescom.
Right.
But we just showed a trailer, so we wanted to show off some characters, yeah?
He went all the way to Germany just to avoid fighting you.
I was not going to say that, but it's accurate. So here we are. We're going to today's going to be probably a little bit of a shorter stream. We don't have any guests or anything like that, but we're going to walk through 3 characters today. Before we start that, let's introduce ourselves.
Stephanie Brownback, QA lead.
And I am Tyler Lansdowne, one of the community managers here at NetherRealm Studios, and we are super excited to show you some stuff from the trailer.
Yes.
But before we do that, if you haven't seen it yet, we should show them the trailer again. Do you want to send it off?
Here we go. It's the Queen's Court.
Awesome.
Outworld can be both alien and intoxicating to Earthrealmers. While our realms are at peace, there are Outworlders who would prefer us to be at war. General Shao.
Victor of the Tavarian War. Conqueror of the Quatan Plains. All of Outworld is grateful for his service. You would consign us to endless war.
Better that than be Liu Kang's lapdog.
Did not your illustrious father teach you that war is the last resort? Do not forget that, General. We gather once again to honor my late husband's legacy, to continue the tournament that he founded with Lord Liu Kang.
Empress Sindel.
Let us meet your champion.
Earthrealm's champion is Raiden, Your Majesty.
Is it me? Or is Earthrealm's champion scrawnier than usual?
He has earned his place by embodying the very best qualities of Earthrealm's people.
I am ready, Your Majesty. Whom shall I face?
We will destroy your champion, Liu Kang. He will taste no victory.
Your queen.
All right, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
exciting. I've been waiting for this one to come out because of a certain character.
Same here. Probably not the same character.
I like them all, but I'll let you start.
Yeah, I mean, Sindel, one of my all-time favorite MK characters. Super stoked she's back. Also, though, Motaro, my favorite sub-boss. I will take him over any Shokan any day.
Okay. I'm General Shao. I've been super excited since I knew that he was in the game. I've been excited to show him. Fights a little differently this time around, but it's
Yes.
definitely a character that's like up my alley and something that I really enjoy. So the bigs.
Of
Very
course.
excited to show him off. Hope you all enjoyed the trailer, and today we're going to go through some of those characters.
Yeah, and also, just don't want to forget, Shujenko.
Yes.
If we're bringing back some of these 3D era characters, you got to have the Deception protagonist.
Yep, and we will not be showing him a lot today at all,
Right.
but soon.
yeah,
and
just a
then-
little hint of him.
Yeah, very exciting. So I think we should talk about Sindel real quickly.
I think we should start with the Queen.
So, before we get into the gameplay, let's discuss who would play Sindel. What's her game plan? How does she work?
Well, Sindel from the very beginning, all the way back in MK3, and then you saw in 9 and the last game, has been kind of a space control, zoning character, but then these little dashes of swag with her flight cancels and some of her more interesting moves and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of kind of, basic keep out stuff, but then there's when you get your game going, she has some really cool combos and setups and stuff like that. So she appeals to someone like me, who's more straightforward, but then like kind of the technical people really, really like her too. She also is she's the queen. She's cool.
And she does have some mechanics we'll show near the end of the breakdown that are kind of different. Something we've not done before. It's super exciting.
She has some exciting new stuff we'll show at the end of this breakdown that literally wouldn't have been possible before the cameo system.
Let's take a look at the Queen.
All right, so let's start with some of the basics. Two cool things about her in this game is she has these cool VFX, like this purple energy, and then the use of her hair.
Regal purple. The Queen.
Absolutely. She has really good range, as you'd imagine someone with magical long hair. And there's a couple normals I really wanted to talk about. First is Forward 4, which kind of takes out of a page of the last game, and it's like kind of her main mid-range tool you want to use to get in.
And that's a mid, right?
Yes. And it's pretty quick, but it has a really neat new follow-up. She jumps into the air, it's a low combo starter, and she can actually control how far she goes. She can do the close version, and actually land right in front of them, far version. Or she could just do it by itself, go in for a throw.
That's a wrap.
Thank you. Go for this cool low. Or one of her block strings. Another normals is back 2, which leads into an overhead, and she can combo into it, or you can do back 2 by itself and actually be airborne. Let's go over the special moves. We'll start with the classic, the Scream, the iconic, quintessential Sindel move.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let's go ahead and share that stream. Let's get some likes. Let's get some shares.
Get a free hit. You can kind of do it at mid-range if you think you caught them sleeping, not blocking. Like I said, it's great to hit confirm. It's
With punish.
Exactly.
I just
right.
throw it out all the time.
All the time. Then let's go over fireballs, which are always one of the most important kind of key things about her offense. She has high hairball, low hairball.
Which is in the moves list.
Yes, that's canonical, hairball. And then air hairball. New to this game is it's a straight, very quick fireball. It is not the downward arc it has previously done. You can do it really low to the ground and it's quick, and I think it's pretty effective. Look at that, I still got it. Her EX versions have some interesting properties. So, straight one. Oops, the straight one will actually eat up fireballs.
Let's get some
So if you use
motherfucking
it on
likes.
the
Let's get some
zoning wall,
shares.
It'll actually beat out their projectile. And the low ones are really neat. So she adds that little hair whip at the beginning, and up close, actually a hit that will pop them up. Means in the corner, you can do cool stuff. Like, get a combo. Oh my gosh. There we go. Maybe I don't still have it.
I think you should.
Thank you. So it's neat. It turns this pure zoning tool up close into an actual offensive tool.
So 2 different ways you can use it.
Exactly.
Both equally cool.
You can also use that with your mix-ups, which gets to the next tool, her cartwheel. The overhead, straight from MK9. If you EX it, it has armor. It's really good up close. It's great as a wake-up attack. You can use it after a move like this. You can mix it up with below, her sweep, and a really fun down three. Look at that.
So like for me when I play against you, you really have to be paying attention because one of the moves is a mid, the other is overhead.
Exactly.
They look different, but you have to
Yes.
you can't be on autopilot.
Right. And then lastly, she has the classic levitate. She can float in the air, she can drop straight down. So like for example, you're trying to zone, Liu Kang's spamming low fireballs to go under your hairball. Not very effective to low fireball when you're literally not touching the ground.
Right.
She can also cancel it, and she can do fun cancels. Like for example, she can do the back two, the airborne, go under flight, and if you EX it, it's actually significantly faster. And she has some true block strings that they won't be able to interrupt.
Got it.
Now let's talk about how this can play into her cameo. I have chosen, oops, set it to all. I have chosen Serena, who we got a little taste of in the last trailer, but now we're actually going to show her moves. So her first attack is the blade. It's a very quick projectile. You can see the cooldown is pretty quick. Then she also has Kia's blades. She goes full demon, throws multiple, they come back, and this actually leads into combos, so you can do fun stuff. You confirm that into a full combo.
That did look fun.
It is fun.
And she can really get up in the air.
Yes.
In a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
In a
I
lot
mean,
of
yeah.
ways. She also has her demon up kick, which is a great wake-up attack. It's invincible. It's really quick. You can also use it as an anti-air. And then lastly, she has a fourth move. Every cameo has at least 3, and some might have more, so she's one of those. Jakata's Curse. She puts this rune on the ground, and while the opponent is standing in it, let's set it to default, Liu Kang's meter is being drained. Pretty quick,
Yeah,
you can
pretty
see.
fast.
Yeah. Now this is an ambush move, which means you can do it while Sindel's doing other actions. So for example, while you have a combo going, you can summon her.
Oh, there's a lot of setups there.
Yeah, so you can imagine you can use that in the corner, in the middle of your combo, have her coming out, drain your meter, stuff like that. She could even do nasty stuff like drain your meter so you can't break a combo in the middle of your combo.
She's not going to like breakers very much.
She does not, which is, let's maybe get into that a little bit more. So, let's go back to what we said earlier. Sindel has a couple of moves using the cameo system. So, you know, Sindel in the lore, she's the queen. She has this commanding presence. She has, you know, what the kids would say is Riz.
Oh, they would say that.
Thank you. And, you know, she could use that to actually command her cameo and maybe more. So let's start with this buff move. Once you activate it, while it's active, cooldown, it will be significantly faster for your cameo. So you can see normally, this move's already pretty quick. Once she has this active, it's even quicker, and Serena, she is recovering so fast her cooldown, she can basically do that like almost indefinitely. So you can turn what normally would be kind of a limited use move into something that you can just use almost like any other special move. Or some of the other ones like Kia's Blades to have a pretty long cooldown. It's significantly faster when she has that active.
Now she's giving herself up there.
Correct.
There is some, yeah.
Correct. But once she gets going, her cameo use is substantially better. There's also an EX version with a really interesting twist. When she EX it, she's now commanding the opponent's cameo, and if the opponent tries to break, they will be stunned, and you get a reset instead. So let's show that again. I have the move active. The opponent goes for a breaker. You can see Sonya actually is like, gets the little head and, you know, oh my god, I'm confused. And your breaker is not just disabled. Once you get that stun, they popped up and Sindel gets a full reset.
Got it.
No breakers allowed.
Couple ways to avoid them, seems
Yes.
like for her.
There's also another really interesting move I'd like to show. So for this one, Sindel can take control of an opponent's cameo and stun them. So for example, I will call it out, and Sonya is actually dizzy.
Yep.
If Sindel is in the middle of doing this move, where she points, while the cameo's out, so you have to do it on a read, the cameo is stunned for this entire length of time and cannot be summoned.
Okay.
There's also an EX version. With this version, Sonya will leave the screen and I gain control of her. And I actually get a free use of either of the cameo's moves of my choosing. So for example, I now have Square Wave. And that use of
you can
cameo,
pick any of them.
Correct.
Not just
Any
the one
of
they were
Sonya's
doing.
moves. Right.
Got it.
I have control over it for a pretty good amount of time, and it does not cost any kind of cooldown or anything. So you could actually do stuff like I could summon Sonya to start leg grab to go into a combo, and then go into Serena's demon like anti-air move to end the combo if I wanted. You could even use 3 cameo moves in one combo if you wanted to.
People are gonna have some fun in training mode on this one.
Yeah, it's really, really neat, and it's something that's gonna, you know, how effective and the way you use it's gonna change on what the opponent's cameo is.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Fatal Blow? Is that all?
I think that's the best way we can finish, right?
Let's do it. I love how the hair gets all
Oh yeah,
crazy,
the big hair is
super cool.
amazing.
You're not.
That is a nasty one.
Yeah, the leg pull. I feel that. Yeah,
It's definitely amongst the most brutal in the game, I think.
pretty bad. Pretty I mean, good bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Cool. You want to move on to Rain?
I think so.
Again, as we were talking about Sindel, who plays Rain? What players play them?
I think Rain's always been kind of a flashy character that appeals to people that like to hit buttons.
Yeah.
Rain's, though, quite a bit different in this game. Rain has traditionally been a ninja. In this game, in Liu Kang's new era, he's been completely reimagined as a mage. He's the high mage in Sindel's court, and his moveset has substantially changed. There will be little hints and fun nods to the previous versions of Rain, like you'd expect,
Right.
but he's going to be one of the more radically altered characters, and I think it's an interesting new take. So,
And like we've done in the new era, like all the characters will have, they're still somewhat who you know. There's still stuff that's
Right.
going to bring you back
Right.
to them that you loved using when we were younger.
yes.
But they've definitely changed.
Yeah, he
So,
probably has like mostly new moves to go with his new role, like his new power set. It's pretty neat, so let's check it out.
let's do it.
So you'll notice right off the bat, he has a new weapon, which is his wizard staff. And he uses it in most of his normal attacks. And he is definitely now much less of a physical fighter than he ever has been before. He is a very powerful mage, and he uses it in most of his attacks. A couple normals I really wanted to talk about. Like you can see even his sweep. Instead of using his foot, he literally uses his water staff. This is definitely
I love
coolest
the
thing.
kick up,
It's-
the
it's
kick up.
so good.
And you'll notice the water leaves the top, gets in there, and then comes back to the top.
Right. I absolutely love it. So let's start off with a couple normals I really wanted to show. His forward 2, forward 2, 1, 3 is this like really good range mid, pretty quick. It's also got forward 3, which is an overhead, into a double overhead, and he gets a pop-up. That'll be one of his most important, I think. And then one other normal I really wanted to show was a standing 4, which, even though he's no longer a ninja, he still has tremendous leg strength.
Right.
So strong that he can actually kick you across the world. Now this is an interesting one, because if you hold it, he gets a combo. And he can also cancel out of the hold to fake you out.
Okay.
There you go. See, I'm good. And let's check out his throw, which is a nice nod to the classic water bubble. He goes in with you and then you burst out. So you can see his normal attacks are very fresh and different. And I think the water effects are awesome. So you want to go into his special moves?
I think so.
So he has some really interesting zoning tools. I mean, some might even call him a premier zoner. And let's start with his straight projectile, which takes up a ton of real estate, is fairly quick, and has some interesting ways that you can change it. If you EX it, he gets a full knockdown. He can actually hold it down and get a stagger. And you can actually cancel out of this hold down. So you can mix up doing the move,
Timing. Yeah.
doing different timings, doing the EX, or canceling out of it. Keep the opponent guessing. When you have a projectile like that that takes up a ton of space, what's the one thing you know the opponent's going to try to do to beat it?
Jump.
Jump. And that's not going to be super effective because he has an anti-air version. And this has a very neat EX that actually allows him to pop up for combos.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's pretty cool. Again, it makes a full screen projectile become kind of an offensive tool up close. Now, one thing would be, well, what happens if they're using projectiles against him? And he has a water bubble where he surrounds himself in water, and any projectile is going to be negated. It'll actually just be destroyed when it hits the water bubble. And this is something that he can set up, go behind,
Okay.
go in the middle of.
Works as a shield.
Exactly, but if you EX it, it surrounds him and travels with him.
Kind of walk him down. with it.
Exactly. So then you can go in, do his lows, do his overhead, all that good stuff when he has the water shield on.
Gotcha.
Now, there's other ways you can get in. He could set these water portals, and he can set them anywhere he wants. And then he can actually warp through him. So you could do cool stuff, like set one here, go in when you want to get out, warp back to where you were. Or, when you're in, you can set one, do some fun zoning, and then use this to get back in.
Okay.
And then you can go straight into combos, fun stuff like that. Now, once you've established that you're willing to teleport or throw out some of these fireballs, and the opponent's scared to move, you can start using the Whirlpool. And he has close, medium, and far. These will go on the ground, and if the opponent walks into it, they get popped up for combos.
I love how he just grabs the top of his staff and
Yes,
throws it down.
it is
Really
so cool looking. Another move he has is Geyser. This is a pretty good advancing special he can 2 and 1 into, and if you EX it, it has armor. So it's a good wake-up attack, a good way to beat pressure, and I think it'll be one of his best combo enders. And then lastly, one more awesome full range move that kind of shows the full extent of his power.
So cool.
And this is a move that he can actually hold, or cancel and just drop down. So you can do stuff like you're doing your water ball, and what's called it a fireball, and it's literally the opposite of that. Go into this, fake out the opponent, immediately drop down. You can do all kind of stuff. Set up portals, be doing that Thunder God move, cancel it, go through the portal, just all kind of options full screen. I think he's going to be a really interesting character to kind of freeze them up full screen to get in and start doing his mix-ups. And speaking of the mix-ups, let's kind of show how he can use his cameo and go with that. I assigned him Striker because I think a cop teaming with a wizard is the exact kind of thing you'd see in Mortal Kombat,
sure.
right? So the first thing I'll show with Striker is he has his grenade toss. Straight out of MK3, comes in, throws the double grenades. They can either go low or high. And you can imagine, these are ambush moves, which means they can come out while Rain is doing his attacks. So you can do stuff like you're doing your straight water beam while he's doing his grenades. They can also aid you in combos. So you can do stuff like...
Got it.
Striker also has a set of baton moves. He's got Cop Bop, where he comes in and does an overhead, and the classic baton sweep from MK3. So these are lows and overheads. So, great
Got access
example.
to both of them.
Yes.
Nice.
So, one thing you could do, you got your overhead, your opponent's stand blocking all the time because they don't want to get popped up. What am I supposed to do? Sweep them. But you can also do this in a string. So in overhead, you can do overhead, low. Then they get used to the timing. They're like, oh, I'm one of these like Ninja Killer or Sonic people with good reflexes. I can fuzzy that. Then you start doing stuff like Cop Bop. Mix it up. So just from this 50-50, he can use Striker to have more 50-50s.
That's how you beat Sonic Fox.
That's the key. That's
Got it.
all you have to do.
Got
And
it.
like a famous football player once said, it's more than a 50-50.
Got it.
Lastly, Striker has one more move, which I think is probably my favorite.
My favorite thing is he used a sports reference.
Well, sort of.
Half and half.
Striker comes from behind and handcuffs you. And this gives you a reset. Then you get a bunch of advantage and you can go for a mix-up.
Okay.
So you get into your combos with a handcuff move, then go in and continue your offense. So like you could start a combo with your overhead, go into the handcuffs, and then make them guess low.
Got it.
It's super
That's
fun.
really cool.
Yeah. So I think that's Rain and Striker, and I maybe go into his Fatal Blow.
Let's take a look.
And I'll just say Striker is my favorite Fatal Blow.
Okay. All right, that was Rain.
Yep.
Very exciting. People get their hands on Rain soon. That'll be awesome.
He's definitely not washed up.
Nope. Some fresh moves to make your opponents salty.
Nice.
Cool, let's move on. We're going to talk about General Shao now, a character that I'm very excited about as a lover of big, bruising characters.
Yep.
He's still big and bruising. He's just a general now.
He's just a general. He is not the Emperor.
Right.
He's got a new weapon, new moveset.
A bit of a stance character, but I wouldn't say in the same vein as like a Kenshi.
Right.
But definitely when he has axe in his hand, axe out of his hand. When it's out of his hand, be careful when you're near the axe. That's all I'm going to say. Let's take a look at how he works. So, big thing, just to show, this is kind of the thesis statement, just swings for the fences.
He's a
right?
powerhouse.
This is back two. It has advantage. So if you're blocking, don't want to push any buttons probably. Push
Yeah,
some
I was
buttons
just
there.
jabbing.
Don't do that because you're going to get hit.
Right.
Great move there. This is a really quick, kind of almost get a little distance to it too. Like I can get you from there. Like really nice, kind of can lead in some combos.
Right.
Punishing move I like to use is this right here. Very fast, bounces them up. We can show some more stuff with that later, but obviously you can see there's some pathways with that move.
I also really like how his kick attacks are just either uses axe or he's just huge big boots.
Just like
Yeah,
standing
just-
big boot. And like a lot of people, I enjoy the 2-player animation strings.
Right.
So he has this overhead, doesn't combo in anything, but hit the throw button afterwards.
So good.
And he also has a low one as well. And I'm sure we'll come back to those later as well.
Right.
Now let's talk about his special moves. His special move, the one that kind of encapsulates what he is Power Strike. He will just throw the axe on the ground, and there it is. And you have about 7-8 seconds just to do stuff without the axe, right? You can also call it back. Boom.
Okay.
Now, when it's on the ground, different strings. That's back 1.
Nice.
He also, and I get the axe back after, of course, doing the command grab.
So all of his axe moves get replaced with different normal attacks.
Yes.
And some are faster, some have different reactions.
Right. And some change some of your other special moves. We'll get to that in a second.
Even his throw changes.
Yes, even his throw. So here's his throw. While we're at it, let's just show the, Motaro as well. And then with the axe, he just bangs him in the face with the axe.
Right.
Other specials he has. So you can huge. That was the meter burn. I got a full screen projectile. Now, if you're close, you can. Sorry about that. You can do some of this.
Pops up. Nice.
Right. He has a buff. This makes your axe powers do more damage. You can
Okay.
also meter EX that to get more time on it as well. Big move in his arsenal that also leads to a lot of crazy good damage is his armored launcher is his knee.
Just kind of represent, kind of makes me think of the MK3 like up shoulder, except now it's a knee.
Right, and you can throw that out a lot of places. Always there. But if you EX the knee, you get a free power slam after that. So you can do like that.
Okay.
And then his axe is on the ground again.
Okay.
So that's how you rotate throughout the character, right? And now it's on the ground, now it's back to me. So then you can start doing really cool stuff like this into power slam, back into that.
Nice.
And that's a pretty nice chunky combo.
And now you have the axe back.
Right. When the axe is on the ground, other cool things can happen. Power slam. Now, I have a ground pound.
Neat.
Now, here's the interesting thing. When you are on the axe, it is an overhead low,
Okay.
which is kind of tough to block.
Yeah.
You can also, throw this down, do this.
And
Combo
that's like
after
a
it.
quick recall.
Right. Yeah, so if you have it down, you also have a move where you can just be near it, and it's very fast slash.
Okay.
So a lot of really cool stuff you can do.
And he's clearly meant to be going in and out during
Yes.
the fight, in the middle of combos, getting it back at the end of combos.
Maybe recalling it if you want to.
Right.
Lots of stuff like that. But if you are, as my opponent, near the axe, there's a lot of stuff you need to think about.
Right. So it's almost like with the axe, you have, kind of really good range, not the quickest moves. Without the axe, you're much quicker, and
Yes.
you can use it, establish the axe on the screen, and they're going to have to respect it, and that's going to kind of open up your grabs, your mix-ups, stuff like that.
And it's super cool. You can also, he has some, just pick stuff out of the air and that sort of thing. I mean, the knee into power strike is huge.
Right.
Right. Really important. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I do want to show some stuff with Motaro.
Okay.
So Motaro has a couple things you can use. Now, obviously, I'm a big guy. Projectiles might scare me.
Right.
Well, I can do this. I can pull them out, walk behind it. You don't want to be throwing projectiles at
That's so
that
good.
will reflect. And I'm walking it down with that.
I love that, that's a way to call back to his thick reflect skin from
Right.
MK3.
And now you're a little confused. What do you do? Boom, you're
Nice.
He also has this turret he can do. Will shoot 3 shots at you. Has a low one too, he can do that. Now here's something that I've chosen Motaro with General Shao for a reason.
Okay.
Remember this move?
Yes.
Can't do a lot out of it.
Right.
He has this teleport, right?
Okay.
Which maybe you can read a projectile, maybe not. But you can move around the battlefield quicker as
Right.
General Shao. But with this overhead, I can teleport and still
That's a
continue a
true
combo.
combo.
It's a true combo. So now you have to worry about this, and you have to worry about something like this. Like that's now in play.
Right.
So you can do the full thing too. You can do like.
What a cool example of one of my favorite things about the Cameo system is it
Right.
allows you to break the rules and restrictions of your roster.
And I
character.
think that's why I love Shao so much, is that he breaks the rules also with the knee into Power Slam. He's
Right.
It's a special into a special, which Johnny can do too. Of course, he breaks that rule at times with his meter, with his height meter. But yeah, there's a lot of cool, fun, sort of breaking the meta of what Shao is, just so you can do with that.
And
Really
I think
cool.
it's so neat about the Cameo system. You kind of look at your play style, look at your character, and think, what are my weaknesses? What are the things I think I'm missing? And you can use your Cameo to turn those weaknesses into strengths.
And for me, it's like if I'm so far away from people, just as a zoner, just even having this just to get me out of dodge, right?
Right.
Now I'm close again.
Now
And
you're
now
close.
now you.
Oh, he's not horsing around.
Oh, my. Perfect. General Shao.
Pretty cool.
Super fun. I've had a really good time playing with them. Just a different style of fighting, different than you're used to for General Shao, so
Right.
it's been a really cool time.
Yeah, and I think it's really neat. You know, we also showed Geras having these big brute characters who you might think is like, oh, they're brain dead brawlers, or whatever. And no, in this game, no, they're not. They're definitely, you know, really interesting, nuanced characters. It's really cool.
Or they can just swing an axe as hard as they want.
Or you could just do back to over and over again and do throws.
Right, and that's also
Right.
a fun way to play. So before we go, Derek's not here, and this hurts so bad. You know that, right? It's time for birthday shout-outs, everybody. I don't mind the birthday shout-outs. It's the horn, really. Here we go. You ready?
I am ready. I'm excited.
Mike Lee. Regina Stefanik.
Ooh, kitties.
Nicolette Mihalka. Brian Evans. Eric Butt. Kingston Lorenzo. Tim Matthews. Liv Nava. Trinier Cole. Brad Fauchot. Brian Arvizu. Cam Lynch. James Bolvin. Ruben Perez. And Chris Bartholomew. Those are your birthday shout-outs for this week. Fun stream.
Yes.
I probably said it was shorter. It probably wasn't that much shorter in
Nope.
the end. But we want to get in here and show you some characters. We'll be back very soon to show you more, hopefully. But before we go, I think we have a fight from QA
We do.
that we would love to show you.
This will be a fun
It's
one.
going to be a really cool one. So we'll show you that. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Our cotton colony. You may have been a soldier.
The General and Baraka. This is no nuance needed.
No, these are our two monster brawler guys. They love to fight. They're nasty. So we've got Baraka with Striker
Leaves his blades in the ground, regrows blades. Awesome.
and Shao with Motaro. I have no idea why Striker would be working with Baraka, but you don't always have to follow the lore. Ooh,
Big whiff.
whiffs that overhead.
Power slam.
Let's see if Shao keeps him in the corner. Nope, switches sides.
Now you can, with that move, choose which way you want to go.
Right. Oh, big stab, shish kebab. Back to flaming neutral.
That big jump stomp that Baraka does is very fun.
Yes. Oh, this is gonna be big.
Notice how he had his knee with a pop-up without the axe in his hand, without any meter.
Forgot to block the second part of that fatal blow, the low. That's tricky. Paid for it. All right, let's see. One way to look at it is at least Baraka no longer has his fatal blow. Good jump attack.
Fishing for some throws, got him punished.
Ooh, breaker.
Big break. That was going to put the axe on the ground and lead to some damage.
I love that his breaker is just a big hind kick. It's so exciting to see Motaro back. You know, he's a character that makes very, very few appearances. Like, I've always wanted him back. Very exciting.
Ooh. You saw earlier he did the back 2 twice, but he will do it again.
Yes. Sometimes you got to do it again. The no mix-up, mix-up. Big overhead.
Very quick overhead when the axe is in the ground.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. There could be matchups where it's better to not use your axe as much, have Axeless be the main way you fight if they're a faster character, maybe like a Liu Kang or something. Another breaker. They take 3 bars in this game, and I think one thing a lot of people forget is your cameo has to be available.
And notice when he breaks right then, right before power strike, his axe is staying to the ground.
This is a close one. Oh, really good punish. Gets the turn out. Nice. That'll be it. Let's see what he's gonna do. This looks dangerous for Baraka.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Fatality.
Well, that didn't go well for Baraka.
Melted.
That's a bummer.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We love to hear what you think on Twitter, what you think about the characters and whatnot. For myself and Stephanie, we will see you next time on the Combat Cast.
That sucks. Oh no! Chun-Li at the start. All right, so here's the thing. I think you can EX Dragon Lash Chun-Li's Okyo-sen or whatever the heck it is. I'm looking for that shit. Good shit. Shit. Good shit. Okay. I'm gonna die from this though. Yes, I did. Okay. Shouldn't be looking out for that. I have to react too fast. It's Hozanshu. It's Hozanshu. That's the name of it. Okay. Interesting. I'm not going to do a lot. It leads for setup, right? Well, that doesn't fucking work. I'm so dumb. I had to cancel it off of the second hit of the kick. Thrust is what that is. Interesting. Good dodge. Interesting. Okay. Didn't want to use the meter. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Wow, she's grabbed me out of 2. We were 2 Hadoukens, really stupid. I did DP. Fuck, I did DP. I'm upset. Oh no! Stupid! Didn't matter because I died from it. Stupid! Very stupid to do that sweep from that range. I'm doing fireball there and I'm not getting it. Surprised that hit. Surprised I wasn't blocking low. Ooh, I can't believe he neutral jumped on Wake Up. Good call. Good call. Good call. All right, all right. Get my ass kicked. Yeah, he called a neutral jump Wake Up on, I think, a grab attempt. Very good call. Depends on what you're looking out for. That is difficult. Ooh. Okay. I just want to gain my my stuff back. Oh shit! Did I die for it? No, no, I got a life. Shit! I no longer have life. I was also looking at the wrong health bar. Wow! Okay.
Round 2. Fight.
Whoa, okay. You don't like any kind of pressure at all, okay. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm trying to get this balance of when to hold down parry. Sometimes it's just too much. So this is a very defensive Ken. He's gonna walk. Ooh, I was wrong. He hangs out back a lot. This is really shitty. Not falling for the bait. Okay. I'm gonna jump at you again and again. You did it! You just did it.
Bitch, I'm born to win. Pretty guy, he has no sins. Grandmaster style, we begin. As the battle had reached its biz. With the ops that now renege. Screw the chopper, 2 decks like twins. With the ops shall now eat lead. They're dead. Hit them with the Lin Kuei. Catch them in the icebox. On your blade at home base. Johnny Cage and White Sox. Fireball of Luke Kane. Really, it's a nice shot. Freezing up the next prey. Scorpions is lights out. This is not a flambe special, it's a ice pop. Chilling like a polar bear, shitting on the ice block. Ripping people's spinal cords, rated, felt the aftershock. Freezing through the cold age mountains like the astronauts. DJ Chico Suave, born to win and he will chop it out. Music getting bugged now, all the way from uptown. If you ain't born to win, then keep it quiet with a shush mouth. We up now, walk a flock of flame, we love that gun sound. That gun sound? You know snow is icy when it comes down. Sub-Zero flow in this MK and this bust down. Bitch, I'm born to win. Pretty guy, he has no sins. Grandmaster style, we begin. As the battle had reached its biz. With the ops that now renege. Screw the chopper, 2 decks like twins. With the ops shall now eat lead. They're dead. Hit them with the Lin Kuei. Catch them in the icebox. On your blade at home base. Johnny Cage and White Sox. Fireball of Luke Kane. Really, it's a nice shot. Freezing up the next prey. Scorpions is lights out. This is not a flambe special, it's a ice pop. Chilling like a polar bear, shitting on the ice block. Ripping people's spinal cords, rated, felt the aftershock. Freezing through the cold age mountains like the astronauts. DJ Chico Suave, born to win and he will chop it out. Music getting bugged now, all the way from uptown. If you ain't born to win, then keep it quiet with a shush mouth. We up now, walk a flock of flame, we love that gun sound. That gun sound? You know snow is icy when it comes down. Sub-Zero flow in this MK and this bust down. Bitch, I'm born to win. Pretty guy, he has no sins. Grandmaster style, we begin. begin. As the battle had reached its biz, with the ops that now renege. Screw the chopper, two decks like twins, with the ops shall now lead lead. They're dead. Hit them with the Lin Kuei, catch them in the icebox. Sonya Blade at home base, Johnny Cage of White Sox. Fireball of Luke Kane, really it's a nice shot. Freezing up the next prey, scorpions is lights out. This is not a flambe special, it's a ice pop. Chilling like a polar bear, shitting on the ice block. Ripping people's spinal cords, raided, felt the aftershock. Freezing through the cold age mountains like the astronauts. DJ Chico Suave, born to win and he will chop it out. Music getting bucked now, all the way from uptown. If you ain't born to win, then keep it quiet with a shush mouth. We up now, walk a flock of flame, we love that gun sound. That gun sound? You know snow is icy when it comes down. Sub-Zero flow in this MK and it's bust down. Bitch, I'm born to win. Pretty guy, he has no sins. Grandmaster style, we begin. As the battle had reached its biz, with the ops that now renege. Screw the chopper, two decks like twins, with the ops shall now lead lead. They're dead. Hit them with the Lin Kuei, catch them in the icebox. Sonya Blade at home base, Johnny Cage of White Sox. Fireball of Luke Kane, really it's a nice shot. Freezing up the next prey, scorpions is lights out. This is not a flambe special, it's a ice pop. Chilling like a polar bear, shitting on the ice block. Ripping people's spinal cords, raided, felt the aftershock. Freezing through the cold age mountains like the astronauts. DJ Chico Suave, born to win and he will chop it out. Music getting bucked now, all the way from uptown. If you ain't born to win, then keep it quiet with a shush mouth. We up now, walk a flock of flame, we love that gun sound. That gun sound? You know snow is icy when it comes down. Sub-Zero flow in this MK and it's bust down. Bitch, I'm born to win. Pretty guy, he has no sins. Grandmaster style, we begin. As the battle had reached its biz, with the ops that now renege. Screw the chopper, two decks like twins, with the ops shall now lead lead. They're dead. Hit them with the Lin Kuei, catch them in the icebox. Sonya Blade at home base, Johnny Cage of White Sox. Fireball of Luke Kane, really it's a nice shot. Freezing up the next prey, scorpions is lights out. This is not a flambe special, it's a ice pop. Chilling like a polar bear, shitting on the ice block. Ripping people's spinal cords, raided, felt the aftershock. Freezing through the cold age mountains like the astronauts. DJ Chico Suave, born to win and he will chop it out. Music getting bucked now, all the way from uptown. If you ain't born to win, then keep it quiet with a shush mouth. We up now, walk a flock of flame, we love that gun sound. That gun sound? You know snow is icy when it comes down. Sub-Zero flow in this MK and it's bust down. Bitch, I'm born to win. Pretty guy, he has no sins. Grandmaster style, we begin. As the battle had reached its biz, with the ops that now renege. Screw the chopper, two decks like twins, with the ops shall now lead lead. They're dead. Hit them with the Lin Kuei, catch them in the icebox. Sonya Blade at home base, Johnny Cage of White Sox. Fireball of Luke Kane, really it's a nice shot. Freezing up the next prey, scorpions is lights out. This is not a flambe special, it's a ice pop. Chilling like a polar bear, shitting on the ice block. Ripping people's spinal cords, raided, felt the aftershock. Freezing through the cold age mountains like the astronauts. DJ Chico Suave, born to win and he will chop it out. Music getting bucked now, all the way from uptown. If you ain't born to win and keep it quiet with a shush mouth. We up now, walk a flock of flame, we love that gun sound. That gun sound? You know snow is icy when it comes down. Sub-Zero flow in this MK and it's bust down.
Born to win.
Bitch, I'm born to win. Pretty guy, he has no sins. Grandmaster style, we begin. As the battle had reached its biz, with the ops that now renege.
You win.
Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get everything set up. This shit's acting kind of wonky. Why is it? This shit is acting wonky. Hey, give me